Good afternoon, viewers. This is Emonews, and I am live on the Perpetrator Beach. As you can see, it's a beautiful day in Dominica. It's cool, not too hot, and the beach is just here waiting on you to take a swim. It's clean, and big up to the committee down in Portsmouth for keeping this beach clean and welcoming. But our main reason here this afternoon is to talk to Miss Levie Beaupierre, former Miss Dominica. She won the Queen show in 1994, and today she has something that she would like to talk to us about. So we're going to welcome her here on Emonews. Share the live, tag a friend, and come and hear some good stuff from Levie.
Thank you.
Hi, Levie.
Hi, Emily.
How are you?
Oh, I'm good. Just like you said, it's such a great day. Is it me, or is that sun getting more silver?
I think it's just a beautiful day. The sun is looking, maybe the sea will give it some nutrients.
Yeah, it used to be darker before, I reckon. So it's just looking really nice. And I'd like to thank you so much for raising awareness to this cause.
So Levie, tell us a little bit about Levie.
Well, I'm me. I'm Dominican. I'm from Salisbury. My father is from Canefield. So I left Dominica about 20 years ago. So effectively, I haven't left. People are telling me they're tired of seeing me here. I'm here every 2 minutes, every time I get an opportunity. I live in England. I'm married with two sons, two grown sons. They are both adults. I work, in the corporate world, and I also run my own business on Amazon. That is just for the UK public. And my latest passion now is animal. Well, I've always loved animals, but dogs is my latest passion.
So I've seen you in Dominica all the time. I know you come back very often, and you notice that the dogs are wrong. Well, we have a lot of stray dogs and not being treated fairly.
No,
and
not at all.
You want to talk about that?
Not at all. Okay, so the problem is twofold. There's a lot of strays. You go into Roseau and you see dogs everywhere. They look forlorn. They look despondent. They look sad, confused. They look ill. They look hungry. Now, as an animal lover, before, I'd always had this interest, but since I have an animal now, I have a new interest, a new deeper interest in the treatment of dogs, because I know what a dog, the benefit of having a dog and the benefit of treating a dog properly. So the stray dogs, for one, there's too many of them. So maybe they need to be, I don't know if the charities out there, the NGOs, if they can come together and come up with a way where these dogs can be spayed or they can be neutered, because we are going to have an overpopulation problem very soon. And you know what happens. If you get too many dogs, too many stray dogs, then you will get even more mistreatment, you will get more neglect. So that is smart. Do you want to say something?
So what are some of the ways you see that persons are treating dogs in Dominica that you do not like?
Right, okay. So Roseau is the whole stray issue and hunger. I think there's enough food for the Roseau part. There's enough chicken. There's enough food places in Dominica. Enough people having lunch in Dominica for you to tell me that a dog is walking around hungry. What are we doing with the rest of the food? Just give it to the dog, please. Also, if we could have a... Okay, before I go to that, we're talking solutions now. I'm talking solutions. You were asking me...
Yeah, what are some of the treatment you see that dogs are receiving?
Right, okay, go to the villages. Go to the villages. Almost every other dog is walking with a broken leg. Every dog has like a gash, a scar. Yeah, exactly, a scar. It's from people just sat there, just like that. Just sitting there like that. Just angry with life. I think these are the main culprits, by the way. So I'm not saying everybody. There's a lot of people that treat their animals perfect. But there's also, on the polar opposite, people that are mean, that have nothing better to do. They see dogs as a tool for torture. That's the way I see it.
They kick the dogs.
They kick them.
Beat them.
For being a dog. For doing what the creator asked it to do. If it does a number two, you know what a number two is. You get hits for that. If it does a wee, a pee-pee, for barking, for just basically walking, for being alive. Poor thing. So imagine if dogs have the same feelings as human beings. They feel pain, they feel joy, they feel love, they feel fear. So it's the same thing. If I took a stone and I threw it really hard at you and it hits you in your stomach, that excruciating pain you feel is exactly how that dog is feeling. But no, I wouldn't say nobody cares. People do care, but they just don't speak about it. And I'm thinking, no matter what it costs me, I'm going to talk about this because I have to do my part as a human being, and as a responsible human being, somebody with some sort of compassion. I think that these dogs need a voice. I know we have so many other causes, but everybody has somebody to advocate for them, children, old elderly people, whatever, but dogs do not have anybody. They're helpless.
But recently I have seen a lot of people now showing so much interest in dogs, and
that's true.
taking care of dogs and taking them up the street.
Yeah.
I know you are concerned about the village dogs.
Yeah.
They pee on your transport, they poop anywhere, and they do have owners. But what would you like to say to the owners?
Yeah. Okay, so right. That's very good that you asked that, Emo, because really and truly, dogs are trained to behave how humans guide them to behave. A dog can only be a product of its owner or of its environment. So if the owners are irresponsible, that dog is going to also be irresponsible. Now, dogs generally, because I have a dog in England, what I have seen with dogs, they do not generally like to do their business in public. My dog, when I take my dog for a walk, she must go on the side a little bit and she does her poo. But even if it did it in public, because not all dogs are intelligent, some dogs are so battered that their brain is not functioning as normal anymore. So the dog might just let it go wherever, but then it's natural. You cannot fight nature. What owners need to do is walk with a bag. That's what people do. You pick it up and you dispose of it properly. You also train your dogs. You shouldn't tie them to a point where they are restricted, because that's another issue. I have people putting ropes and sorry, my necklace is gonna whatever. But the rope, this morning I saw a dog almost strangling under a rope. So if you're gonna tie the dogs, they are very active animals. They need freedom. You have to tie the dog and put a proper lid on it. Give it enough rope so that it can run around whatever. So that your dog will not be walking everywhere, soiling everywhere, and annoying other people,
So you said you've witnessed dog cruelty in some villages. Have you reached out to anyone? I mean, for example, you saw someone
I love
a dog.
You're
did you
reading
reach
my
out to
brain.
them?
Of course I have. You're reading my brain.
What was the reaction? What was the response?
Well, the response was very positive. So this is why I know I'm convinced now that it's lack of education, not education as in formal education, just knowledge about the topic, okay? Because I've spoken to not one or two, many people. I wouldn't say one or two, but it's the offenders as usually guys. Sorry to say, it's normally the men that are doing that. Maybe the women as well, but I have not seen them. So I approached them, but maybe they were defensive because it could be frustration that's causing them to take it out on the poor animal. So really and truly, I like to think of myself as a caring person. It's not just about dogs. I don't do things just to benefit myself. I genuinely think about other people. I go in their minds, in their hearts. And I know these guys that do it, they're probably just frustrated. Nobody is listening to them. So I try to reach out on a human level. When I first came, they were, like it's a dog. Sorry, I wouldn't swear, but what you telling me about a dog or whatever. And how I approached it, I said to him, your complaint, I've spoken to you or heard you all speaking before. Your complaint is that society see you as a nobody because you haven't got as much money as maybe the other person. You're not wearing nice clothes. You just sat there not working. It hurts you when you try and say good morning to people and they go like, why leave me alone, whatever. Now, look at that. The person that wants to be, the thing that wants to be your friend, incidentally, the person that wants to be, I keep calling the dog the person. But anyway, a dog wants to be your friend. So when no human being wants you, when all humans will reject you, a dog will accept you no matter what. A dog is loyal, it is loving. Dogs are harmless, so when you put it like that, and I said, you could have a dog and your life could change, and so I was smiling with them. I said, your life could change. You could have a body, and I told them about my dog and the fun we are having together, and they start to say, it's true. Guess what? All these guys now are rallying against the dogs in the community. These are the guys now looking after those dogs for me. So guess what I'm seeing now? Wagging tails, happy tails. So what we want more wagging tails in Dominica.
Okay, so this is just one solution. What do you think needs to be put in place? Do you think we need animal laws? I'm not sure if we have animal laws in Dominica.
You are raising good points,
I'm not sure if we have those laws to protect the animals.
Yeah.
But what would you like to see happen?
And we didn't even speak about that, you know. That's the thing. So I'm really impressed with what you're asking. Animal laws, just like you, I don't think we have them either. First and foremost, there need to be laws against animal cruelty. It's just part of any civilized society. Secondly, we need to have that community spirit. You know, we need to have a public dialogue. Like, oh, I'm talking about it now. Other people should take up the case. I'm just in Dominica for another week. I'm going to go and live my life. The dogs are going to stay there in their misery. So a local person or people, you know, could come together and start looking at the situation with a view to how to improve it. So we need laws. People need to report it. There's also the same thing I said, education. People need to know that dogs do not want to hurt you. A dog never wants to hurt you. A dog only wants to hurt you if its owner, if it's trained to be a guard dog. You know, so even then, it's only doing what humans tell it to do. Or it will hurt you because of abuse. You've been abusing that dog so much. The dog is frightened. So anytime it sees a person, it's on the attack mode. But if you are kind to a dog, that would never happen. So it's just about treating the animals properly. Solutions, like I said, spaying, neutering, coming together, maybe getting funding. you have a lot of influence, you have a wide reach. People could reach out to you, you know, and donate. So maybe all these dogs in Roseau, they can get spayed and neutered, so we don't have dogs getting pregnant. Their cycle comes quite often. Some dogs have their cycle every 6 months, every 7 months, and get pregnant. So spaying, neutering, and maybe if people could adopt a dog. If people from England is a nation of dog lovers. I'm telling you, if that got out, so many people would be wanting those dogs. It cost me nearly £1,000 for my dog.
I saw Clyde Gregory saying that there are laws against those things. However, they are not enforced. Dogs in Roseau by law have to be registered. But then again, the laws are not enforced. But I am aware that St. Nicholas University has been working very hard to get the dogs, you know, the stray dogs out of Roseau. There's an adoption center. So maybe you should partner with them or talk to them about that.
I'm certainly going to do that. That's without a doubt. I will definitely be working with, well, not working with them. I will be speaking with them, just finding out what they do and how I can help. I don't just want to be talking. I want to be helping, you know, actively helping. If it means myself, I get to donate, you know, or whatever, I'm quite prepared to do that.
Well, I'm happy that you chose Emonews to express this concern. I am always passionate about these things, and animal cruelty is something that we should, you know, be mindful of. So we are happy that you are on Emonews.
Thank you.
What are your final comments? What would you like to say to the persons who you know, do cruel things to the dogs and so on?
All I'd like to say is dogs, like I said, dogs have feelings. Dogs were created, the way I see it, dogs were created to be there for human beings. They have no other purpose in life. I'm telling you, when a dog is walking around like a stray, it's lost. It has no purpose because it needs to be dogs. Either they are pack animals or they need human companionship. They'll do anything for you. You will kick them, you will abuse them, you will do anything, and the dog will come back to you no matter what. They are loyal. Dogs have no faults. There is no reason to be hitting a dog with a stone. There's no reason, or even people in their cars, they just hit them and they continue like they have no, you know, it's just crazy. So all I'm asking is, I'm just appealing to your human side, because I know our people are good. You know, I know our people are good deep down, but just that they haven't seen it like that. Because remember, from time immemorial, dogs have been seen as dogs, you know, like separate to humans. But the world you know, it's moved on now. Dogs are living with people. Dogs are like people. They can help you. Look, they're helping so many blind people. Dogs are your best friends. Treat them good and you're gonna get the benefits of a dog.
Thank you so much, Miss Beaupierre. I am happy for this information. I am sure the public is happy as well.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So this is Emonews live from the Purple Turtle Beach with Miss Levie Beaupierre, Miss Dominica, 1994.
Thank you, guys. Enjoy the conversation now. Let's go and have a drink. Don't worry.